Hello, I am Laura and I'm a full-time artist. So I'm at Capilano Suspension Bridge, as you can see in the background here, and they are having an event called Love Lights, and it is for Valentine's Day. So they have hired me to come in and do some of their window painting. Now that is what I have been doing for about 15 years, and I do wall murals and other things as well, but window painting has really been my main bread and butter, and I have lots of different clients and I do lots of different projects, and this is going to be a fun one. We are going to be working with a palette of pink, red, white, and a little bit of lilac as well. Follow along as we paint up the park with a woodsy feel. Let's get to it. So my process actually starts at home when I create these stencils that I put on the outside of the windows just to give me a guide on where to put my line art. That way I don't have to work so hard when I get to location and, be constantly checking on my, the photography of these animals and all this stuff. So I create everything at home when I have time to work on them, and then I have less stress on the job. So I go ahead and put those up on the outside of the window, and then I use a Sharpie pen to give me the line art. Then I start with the paint. So white goes on, I do all of the highlights and all of the outlines, and this allows the piece to really pop, and it just gives it that professional look. Here it all is with the white all filled in, and once that dries, I can get to the color. Here is the final piece, you guys. It is so freaking cute. I love these little chipmunks. I had so much fun working within this palette. Usually I'm doing kind of more realistic stuff, and I'm using the realistic colors, or I'm doing them all in one color, like a white for Christmas. So this was a really fun challenge for me to work within this palette that they gave. And I also used quite a bit of my paint pen on this project as well. This is some trees that I did. It just gives you that really light and airy feel. You can see right through them, but it still gives you that woodsy vibe. Then this is the ticket booth where people get their tickets for the event. And this is the bus loop. Look how beautiful this turned out with these lovely pink and white trees and this ribbon that turns into hearts with this little loops. I just think it's super romantic and really beautiful way to kind of invite people into this event. We then moved on to the gift shop area where we did these beautiful half wreaths on the bottoms of the windows here. As you can see, there's a swing set up and there's lots of other things set up so that people can take pictures with all of the decorations. And I think this is just a nice little add to into the back of your photos. We then went around the corner and did this giant wreath and finished it off with the roses just like the other windows. And I learned these beautiful two-tone roses for this project. I've been seeing these my whole life, and I've always wanted to kind of learn how to do them. I've seen them lots in watercolors, and of course these are acrylics. And I think I did a pretty good job learning these, and I'm definitely going to be using this technique in the future for other projects. I used a lot of my paint pens in this project just to kind of give a lot of movement and whimsy to the piece, just sparkles and dots and swirls, and I also, of course, incorporated some of those petals throughout the wreath as well. Here it is. I think people are really going to enjoy taking photos with these in the background. A before and after. And I did this adorable little section full of hearts and letters with my paint pens. I finally got in out of the cold into the restaurant and did these designs. I sure hope that I've earned your subscription today, and tell me what you think in the comments below. So that is it. The entire project is done at the Capilano Suspension Bridge Park. If you're in the Vancouver area, come check out Love Lights and see my work in person. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.